This is an LED nightlight with a built-in photo sensor. The light will turn on automatically when the room gets dark and turn off when the room gets light. We're going to install it permanently in the wall so we can get rid of this plug-in incandescent light bulb, which often gets left on all day. Always turn off the power on the circuit. Currently we have a 4-watt incandescent nightlight here. We're going to change it to a 1-watt dimmable LED. So it's going to use about 1/4 the energy. It's going to be about 1/4 the annual cost to have this light operate. It's not going to be left on accidentally either. The big advantage is that this is going to be permanent and that it's going to free up a receptacle so that you can have it available for other power needs. First, we're going to remove the plate. I like these plates because they hide all the screws in the finished plate, so you don't see any of those. Now the power has been turned off at the panel, but it's good to use a voltage detector to make sure that there's no power. So, I'm going to remove this receptacle. To make it easier, we're just going to remove all the wires and completely remove the receptacle. We're changing the box from a single to a double. So I'm going to mark out what needs to be cut out. Now the original box is nailed to the framing, so we need to cut those nails. Now there are two 14-gauge 2 wires coming into this box. So hot is coming in and hot is going out to feed the receptacle. We want to maintain that. So the 2 black wires are the leads of the load, which is the hot wires. There's not a lot of room to work with, slack in the line. Now this is an old work box, so this will fit in there, and then when you tighten the screws, these tabs will come up, and when you tighten the screws, they will come up and push on the back of the drywall to hold this box in place. Now you need to get the sheeting on the wire inside the box. So I'm not going to be able to see that, but there's going to be a little bit that goes in, just about 1/4 of an inch of that sheeting will be in the box. So that's a tight fit. Now as you tighten these screws, that tab will twist and then tighten to the back of the drywall. So that box is nice and secured. So I'm going to add pigtails to the nightlight and to the receptacle. Make it easier to make the connections. First the ground. You always want to put it on there with the loop running clockwise so that when you tighten the screw it works better. Then the hot black wire attaches to the black and or brass colored connector. The white neutral wire connects to the silver. Next I'm going to add the pigtails to the receptacle. This one has the ground, which you tighten down rather than loop around. Strip off about 1/2 inch, just a little bit less, to each wire. Again, the black goes to the black. Usually that's black or that's gold colored. And then the neutral is white to silver. So now you got your pigtails on there. Now instead of using wire nuts, I'm going to use these. These are like a push connector, but they actually have levers on them. So it's a lot easier to remove them should you need to. So I'm going to connect first the grounds. So you just slide it in there, you push it down to lock it on. Really easy to do. So once the grounds are connected, I'll push that out of the way. I generally do the neutrals next, so we'll only need 4 of these. It doesn't matter which order these get connected in terms of inside this connector box. Again, the manufacturer recommends you remove 11 millimeters of sheathing, which is between 3/8 and 1/2 inch. So you connect all the neutral wires. And then last, we'll connect all the load or hot wires, which are all the black. Again, what's neat about these levers is if you want to change one out, it just pulls right out. Stick back in there, lock it down. Manufacturer's Wago. I've used them a fair amount and they work really well. Just makes it easier than trying to twist all the wire nuts on there. There's our last one. Then the challenging part of getting these all pushed inside the box, which this is easier with these connectors compared to wire nuts in my opinion. Alright, so we've got the receptacle reinstalled. And we've got the Nightlight on, and now we're going to install the faceplate. I like these faceplates because they hide the screws, so oftentimes you'll see the screws on the face. I'll make sure the arrow pointing up. I get tighten them firm, but not. You want to over tighten them because you could break the plastic. You want to get it tight to the wall so that this panel has an even reveal. This also has an indicator of what the top is, so you don't see these tabs. You don't want those on the top, you want them on the bottom. Pop that on, and that's complete. I went and turned the power back on at the panel. It's always good to check your wiring, make sure that it is correct. This tester indicating that it's correct. Now the Nightlight has a photo sensor in it. Since there's enough light in here, it's gonna not turn on. So to manually turn on, you can push it. Then to dim it, push and hold. So it can go fairly bright. You can dim it down pretty low. And then it'll shut itself off because there's too much light in here for the photo sensor. So there you have it. Well, that completes that small project. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please leave any comments and questions in the section below. Hope to provide another video shortly. Thanks.